Hello dear student, welcome to our biology program. Last time we began a new lesson which was immunity in living organisms, and we studied immunity in plants. Today we are going to complete it by studying immunity in men. Let's begin. Our second part of this immunity in living organism, it will be immunity in man. The immunity in man, look to the film and you will see that this baby is covered completely like an astronaut, because it is its immune system, it doesn't work. So this baby, it will be exposed for many dangers around him. As you look for this baby, you found that he is exposed to many dangers even from the food he eats. So God provided man with a special system called immune system. This immune system is composed of many organs all over the body. It is not like the digestive system or other systems in our body. Although the parts are not linked to each other as in other body systems, but they interact and cooperate with each other in a harmony. So they functionally act as one unit and called lymphoid organ, because they are referred to lymphocytes, which are the main component of the lymphatic system. Then, what are the most important components of this system? The most important one, it is the lymphoid organs, which includes bones, marrow, thymus gland, spleen, tonsils, pairs, patches, and the lymph nodes. Also, the second point, lymphocytes, which includes the B cells and T cells and natural killers. Also, the other white blood cells, for example, basophilus, eosinophilus, and so on. Also the macrophages. This was the fourth part of the lymphatic system, or the fourth point in it. Number 5, assisting chemical substances. Also at the end, the antibodies. We will explain each one of these main 6 points. The first point, it will be the lymphoid organs. These lymphoid organs represents the organs of the immune system. They contain large number of lymphocytes, where maturation and differentiation of lymphocytes takes place. This takes place in the marrow or the bone marrow. This bone marrow, it is the tissue inside the flat bones, or the heads of long bones. So the bone marrow, or the formation of these lymphoid organs, it will be through 2 main places. The first site, tissue inside the flat bones, which such as the clavicle or the sternum or the skull or the vertebral column, the ribs, the shoulders, and the pelvis. Or by another part, which is the heads of long bones, which are the femurs, the tibia, the humerus. The function of this bone marrow is responsible for the production of the red blood cells and white blood cells and the blood platelets. The thymus gland, this is the second organ. The thymus gland, it is a gland which is found on the trachea above the heart and behind the sternum. And it secretes a certain important hormone which is called thymosin. The thymosin hormone stimulates maturity of the lymphoid stem cells to T cells and their differentiation into different types inside the thymus gland. The third part or the third organ, it will be the spleen. The spleen is a small lymphoid organ in the size of a fist, and it has a dark red color. It locates in the upper left side of the abdominal cavity. The function of this spleen, it has a lot of specialized white blood cells. So the immune system important of this spleen because it is very important in the immune system because it plays an important role in the body's immunity, and that's because it has a lot of specialized white blood cells, such as the macrophage or the lymphocytes. The macrophage, which pick up all microbes or foreign bodies, senescent somatic cells, such as old red blood cells, and disintegrate it into its component to be disposed by the body inside the body. The second part of this spleen or the second type of cells, they will be lymphocytes, which are another type of white blood cells which release a special type of proteins in the blood known as antibodies, which hold the mission of defense against germs and viruses. The third organ after that, it will be the tonsils. They are two specialized lymphoid glands which are found on both sides of the rear portion of the mouth, and they have a very important one or important role in immunity by picking up any microbes or foreign bodies that may enter with food or air and prevent its entry into the body, and thus works to protect the body from these germs or microbes and so on. New point of these organs, it will be the Peyer's patches. These Peyer's patches are accumulations of small lymphoid cells in the form of masses or aggregations. They are spread into the mucous membrane lining the lower part of the small intestine, and they have a very important function, but this function as a whole for these Peyer's patches, it is unknown, but they play a role in the immunity, which is they are responsible against pathogenic microbes, especially the microorganisms that enter the intestine and prevent them from spreading inside. Another point, or the last point into this first lesson, which is the lymphoid organs, the last point, it will be the lymph nodes. These nodes, it ranges between a pinhead and a seed of small bean. They are present along the network of lymphatic vessels that located in all the body parts, such as under the armpits, at the two sides of the neck, in upper thigh, near the internal body's organs. It has a very important structure. The node is divided internally into pockets filled with B lymphocytes T lymphocytes, macrophage, which get rid of germs and the debris cells or the remains of cells. Each lymph node is connected with several lymph vessels that transfer the lymph from the tissue to the nodes for filtration and lymph to get rid of the suspended foreign pathogen away from the body. So the function is to purify the lymph from any harmful substance or microbes that invade the body. Also, they store the white blood cells or the lymphocytes that help in fighting against any diseases or infection. The second part of this immune system, it will be the lymphocytes. The lymphocytes, they are present with a ratio about from 20 to 30% of the white blood cells in the body. They are formed in the red bone marrow, as we said before. At the beginning, they do not have any immune ability, but they pass in the process of maturation and differentiated in the lymphoid organs, where it changes into cells that have the ability of immunization. The lymphocytes has important functions. It revolves in the blood to search for any microbe or foreign body, invades the body, produce and spread through it, sabotage its tissue and disruption of its vital physiological functions. So lymphocytes initiate their defense and immune mechanism to get rid of these pathogenic microbes. There are three types of lymphocytes in the blood, which are the B cells. They represent about 10% to 15% of the lymphocyte cells in the body. The site of formation and maturation in this for these lymphocytes or B cells, it will be into the red bone marrow. It has an important function in identifying any microbes or foreign materials, such as bacteria, virus, and others microbes. Then adhere these foreign materials and produce antibodies for it to destroy it. Number B, T cells. They represent about 80% of lymphocytes. They are formed and matured in the thymus gland, where they differentiate into three types of cells. The helper T cells, which we symbolize it by TH. They activate and stimulate other types of T cells to do their responses, as well as stimulating B cells to produce antibodies. The cytotoxins, the second one of T cells, or killer cells, killer T cells, which is represented or symbolized by TC, attacking foreign cells where they kill carcinogenic cells, the transplanted organs, and the infected body cells with virus. So the transplanted organs, such as the livers, the kidneys, and so on, they are attacked by the TC cells. The supersore T cells or TS, they regulate the degree of immunity response required to limit and discourage and or inhibit the action of the T cells and the B cells after eliminating the pathogen. The last one of these types, it will be the natural killer cells. Represent about from 5 to 10% of lymphocyte in the body. They are formed and matured in the red bone marrow. Also attack foreign cells and kill the carcinogenic cells and the infected body cells with virus through the enzyme natural killer cells secrete. Look to the film of these natural killer cells, where we found that they secrete or make a certain enzyme and infect the pathogens and the carcinogenic cells in order to destroy them completely. The third point of our immune system, it will be other white blood cells. There are four main types. The first three types, they are basal cell, basophils, acidic cells, eosinophils, and natural cells, neutrophil cells. All of these cells, they struggle the infection of bacteria and inflammation because they contain granules which disintegrate the pathogenic cells attacking the body. Also ingest and digest the pathogenic cells through phagocytosis. The basal cell, basophils, acidic cells, eosinophil cells, and the natural cells, neutrophil cells, they remain in the blood circulation for relatively short period, ranging from several hours to several days. They are distinguishable from their size and color of granule appeared inside it. By using the microscope, we can differentiate this by color and size. The fourth type, or the fourth main type, it will be the monocytes, which is the monocytes, which are a single core cells that destroy foreign bodies and change into phagocyte cells when needed and engulf any foreign organisms. The fourth of this immune system, it will be the macrophage. The macrophages includes two types of macrophage. The first one, it will be the fixed macrophage, and the second one, the mobile macrophage. The fixed macrophage are found in most body tissues. Their type and name depend on the tissues where they exist. They are phagocyte cells. They are ready to engulf foreign particles as well as microorganisms. The second type, mobile macrophages, they offer information which are collected about microbes and foreign particles to the specialized immune cells found in lymph nodes scattered in different body parts. Immune cells prepare suitable defense mechanisms such as antibodies and specific types of killer cells that deal with these microbes. The fifth part of the fifth point, it will be assisting chemical substance. They are chemicals that help and cooperate the specialized mechanism of immune system, such as chemokines, interleukins, complement, and interferon. The first one, the chemokines, they are attracting factors. They are attracting factors for circulating phagocyte cells to the site of microbes of foreign particles existing to prevent their reproduction and spreading. The second one, interleukins, act as a communication tools between different immune cells, and also they act as a communicating tool also between immune system and different body cells. They help the immune system to perform its defense function. The third one, which will be the complements, they are different types of proteins and enzymes that destroy microbes in the body after their conjugation with antibodies. Interferons, they are different types of proteins that are produced and secreted by the T lymphocytes, large phagocytes, cells invaded by viruses. They prevent the virus from reproducing and spreading in the body. That's by binding to healthy cells, neighboring to infected cells, and induce them to produce enzymes and substances that inhibit the action of replication enzymes of the virus. The interference is not specific for certain viruses. And now, my dear students, we will postpone the sixth part or the sixth point, which is the antibodies, to next time to explain them. And now let's answer some questions. Question 1. Write the scientific term for each of the following statement. Number A, dark red small lymphoid organ, not more than the fist, located in the upper left side of the abdominal cavity. Yes, the spleen. A type of lymphocytes which identify any microbe or foreign materials. Then adhere these foreign materials and produce antibodies for it to destroy it. Yes? Try. B cells. Very good. Number 3. They are found in most body tissues. Their type and name depend on the tissues where they exist. Very good. Fixed macrophage. Number 4. A single core cells that destroy foreign bodies and change into phagocyte cells when needed and engulf the foreign organisms. Monocytes. Very good. They act as a communicating tool between different immune cells, between immune system and different body cells also. Interleukins. Very good. Name the site and function for each of the following. The bone marrow, a site inside the flat bone. Site, a tissue inside the flat bones. Function, the production of red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets. Second one, thymus gland. The thymus gland, site on the trachea above the heart and behind the sternum bone. Function, secrete thymosin hormone, which stimulate the maturity of lymphoid stem cells to T cells and their differentiation into different types inside the thymus gland. T cells. They are formed in the red bone marrow and mature in the thymus gland. Function: identifying any microbes or foreign materials such as bacteria and viruses, then adhere these foreign materials and produce antibodies for it to destroy it. Another question. Question 2, give reason. Although the human immune system consists of different parts throughout the body, but functionally is considered as one unit. Yes, because its parts are scattered all over the body, but they interact and cooperate with each other in a harmonious, coordinated manner. Thymosin hormone play an important role in the action of immune system. Because thymosin hormone stimulate maturity of lymphoid stem cells to T cells and their differentiation into different types inside the thymus gland. What happens in each of the following cases? What happens in each of the following cases? First case, the absence of the waxy layer. So the water will settle on the surface of this epidermal cell because there is no waxy layer or there is no cuticle on it. So the water will settle on the surface. Therefore, it will be a suitable environment for the growth of fungi and reproduction of bacteria that causes the infection with diseases. So the plant will be infected by diseases. The second case, the plant is infected with poisonous bacteria. The plant is infected with a poisonous bacteria. The plants will secrete toxin chemical compound that kill pathogenic organisms such as bacteria and inhibit their growth. And now, my dear student, we reached our final point of our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and you take benefits of it. Thank you and see you next time.